Alright, so you want to know how to install MC4 connectors on your personal solar equipment. You'll need most of the things you see here. A knife or razor blade, wire strippers, MC4 crimpers, MC4 wrenches, MC4 connectors, and maybe a little flathead screwdriver. Now, if you had to sacrifice the factory-made outer sheathing, then you are without a doubt reducing whatever water ingress protection it may have had. To help combat this, I use marine-grade heat shrink tubing to seal the opening I created on the main sheathing. It won't work wonders, but it works well enough. I'll find the appropriate width tubing, cut it to size, then grab my heat gun or lighter, dealer's choice, I don't judge. I have it on low heat with a medium blast. Besides just wanting to see the tubing shrink, I want to see the marine-grade adhesive spill out slightly to know that I'm making the best watertight seal that I can. It's sticky to the touch when warm, so don't touch, but you know it's sealed upon thorough inspection. Nice. Now it's time to grab some connectors and pins. You've got male and female. Again with the pins, now this is a little confusing. You've got female and male. Yet the female pin actually belongs to the male connector housing, and the male pin is actually for the female connector housing. See, male inserts into female, as is in nature. Take your pin and mark the length you need to strip with your thumb. Take the appropriate size hole in your strippers, grip, and push off with your thumb. Now don't just throw your scraps, you Neanderthal. You can pick up after yourself. You can mark the next wire with the one you just stripped. Transfer the mark with your thumb, slide back a little bit, and repeat. I always give my wires a good twist to prevent little stingers from poking out. Maintaining a good connection is one of the most important rules of electrical work. Now, because this wire is only 16 gauge, I want to help the compression fitting grip and make a watertight seal. I'll use some more heat shrink tubing here, essentially just increasing the diameter of the outer sheathing to create a better seal. Again, low heat, medium blast, heating all around until I see some glue leak. Next, slide on the base cap, then the strain relief and compression fitting, which are already mated together. Make sure you have the correct orientation with the teeth of the compression fitting facing upwards so that they can mate with the teeth on the main body. Again, checking that you have the right pins. Orientation of plugs on cables is going to be dependent on which end you are working on. The positive connection coming from the photovoltaic power source is always going to be a male connector housing in my experience. Secure the correct one in the jaw of your crimping tool lightly, in the correct size crimping hole. Slide your wire in up to the point that you stripped and crimp. If you ain't shaking, you ain't crimping. Pop it out, give it a pull test. Crimp a second time if you please. Give it a pull out, give it a pull test, give it a look-see, looks good to me. Repeat again with the other pin. Holding in the jaws. Sliding in the wire. Shake and crimp, baby. Oh yeah. Pull test again. Crimp again. Pull a last time, and it looks good to me. Now you grab the final piece of the housing and slide it on. I find it easier, especially when working with smaller gauge cable, to use a flathead of some sort to push the metal pin into the socket, locking it into place with a satisfying pop. You'll know the pin is in place when the metal is close to the top like this, and you cannot pull it back out like so. Again, we're going to repeat this step on the negative connection with the female housing. Now give a pull test. Line up the teeth of the compression fittings and begin to screw together. Do the same for both. Grab your special MC4 wrenches. You can see that this end only fits over the top here. The open mouth wrench goes on the bottom. The rule of thumb here is 2 clicks means it's tight enough. You're going to repeat this step on both connections, and you will have completed your cables. You can see how the heat shrink tubing may help take up whatever gap there would be with a smaller cable. If you stayed to the end, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like or a comment on anything that you'd like to see in the future. And subscribe if you'd like more electrical content spanning from tutorials to tips and tricks and reviews of my favorite new electrical products.